Minister of Education Priya Manik Chand disclosed that schools will not be reopened for physical attendance for students in September until proper safety protocols are implemented. However, prior of this revelation, a number of private schools, including the Institute of Business Education and School of the Nations, has commenced registration for the new school year. In a telephone interview with this newscast on Thursday, Director of the Institute of Business Education, Mr. Shivnarayan Singh, had updated on the switch or blend mode of registration the Institute had put in place.
So the switch aspect is generally where we're allowing parents to register child for the online or normal traditional school, and if schools do not reopen as expected, the students can start online and switch. The blend aspect of it is where we're allowing students to attend some traditional classroom classes, and that is supplemented by an online timetable.
Acknowledging that many parents would have been skeptical with the idea of sending their children to school amid the coronavirus pandemic, Singh had noted that switch or blend mode of registration would have allowed students to attend classes both online and in the tradition.
What we'll allow students to do is to attend some classes during the week at school, at traditional classrooms, and that time is alternated between different groups of students.
When asked about the precautionary measures that would have been out in place to ensure absolute safety for both students and staff, he had this to say.
For example, taking and recording temperatures and so forth. So using those guidelines, we're hoping that we'll be able to deliver tuition in a relatively safe environment.
However, following the announcement of Education Minister Manik Chand, Mr. Singh said that the institution's plan will now have to be amended to allow for virtual learning only. Meanwhile, during a joint telephone interview with the principal of School of the Nations, Mishka White, and director Mr. Brian O'Toole on Thursday, it was relayed that the institution was forging ahead with plans to resume the physical classroom once permission was granted by the ministry.
How we intend to move forward is, especially for the new children, in the beginning it's going to take a little bit of training for them, but our program is very easy and it will not be one that requires parents to sit with the children throughout.
Ms. White had also divulged a few measures the institution had planned to implement to ensure the safety of the students whose parents may have wanted them to return to classroom. And
provided permission is granted, we will have reduced class sizes. Obviously, we will have the checks at the security points and within
both the Institute of Business Education and School of the Nations have been closed since March following the Ministry of Education's public notice to close all schools. This decision to close schools was taken by the ministry after the first case of coronavirus was confirmed in Guyana. The private schools have since utilized the online forum to educate its students. Reporting for the AGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.